What's going on, everybody? Spunky Knights 91 coming you guys with another video. So the Eagles are now being mentioned as a potential trade partner for the Houston Texans defensive end Jadeveon Clownley. Jadeveon Clownley was the #1 pick by the Houston Texans in 2014. He played his college football at South Carolina. While he hasn't quite lived up to a #1, the hype of a #1 pick, he has been pretty productive for the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans franchise tagged him this offseason. He still remains unsigned. He's not showing up to OTAs, and the Texans are trying to move on from him. And right now, the Eagles are now being mentioned as one of those teams that could potentially have interest in Jadeveon Clownley. His franchise tag, like I said, is $15 million. The Eagles do have the funds to afford that franchise tag, but personally, I hope this is just nothing more than a rumor. Jadeveon Clownley, like I said, he has never lived up to that #1 overall pick hype, but he has been pretty darn productive for the Texans. You know, he's had a productive career, so I can't really say that he's been a complete bust or anything. He has been productive, and he will be a pretty solid addition to our defensive line. But that price tag, because he's gonna demand a pretty high salary. You know, $15 million is quite a bit of money right there for that franchise tag alone. But he's gonna want a very hefty extension, and I just don't think it's worth the Eagles really getting serious about trying to go after Jadeveon Clownley. I think our depth at defensive end is pretty damn good anyway. I'm not against adding more depth to it, but for a guy that will probably only be here for maybe 1 year, because the price tag he's gonna want the next year is gonna be extremely steep. So I just don't think it's worth the Eagles really getting too serious about it. Maybe explore it, see exactly what the Texans want. What I'm hearing is that the Texans obviously want a high pick for him, maybe a second. Some sources are saying they actually want a first-round pick. They want to recuperate their pick for him, which is probably not going to happen. You know, yes, he's been productive, but he has not lived up to that #1 overall pick. He's not lived up to that hype of that #1 pick. So the Texans are trying to get everything they can out of him, and I don't want to give up a first, second-round pick for a guy who's probably only going to be here maybe 1 year, because the Eagles are not going to pay him the following year. I just don't see that happening. No, we got so much talent at defensive end right now as it already is. Derek Barnett, Sharif Miller, Vinny Curry, Brandon Graham. So on the talent that we have at defensive end, I'm Josh Sweat. Can't forget Josh Sweat. The talent that we have at defensive end, I'm pretty good about our talent overall. And I don't want to just bring a guy in here and have to pay him all that money, just for him to be gone within the next offseason. So it's a no for me. It's a no for me for the Eagles being the team to trade for this guy. I'm all for adding cheaper pieces of free agency, whatever. There's still some decent, players there in free agency. Jadeveon Clownley, I think he definitely will add solid production for a team, but I just want the Eagles to stay out of this. I just had to come on here and make a video about this because the rumors have been swirling. They've been going around that the Eagles are one of those potential teams. Would he be a pretty solid addition to our team? Absolutely, he'd be a great solid addition. He's definitely an NFL starter, no doubt about that. So he'll definitely be a very solid addition, but that price tag, that price tag that he has on him, what the Texans want for him, I just think it's too much. It's not worth the Eagles breaking their backs over. It's not worth them, pulling out the checkbook for. Like I said, this is a guy right here that I don't think the Eagles will be able to afford. The next off season where we gotta pay Carson Wentz, obviously we gotta get Carson Wentz his big contract extension. So I just don't think it's worth it. If I was Howard Roseman, I would say no to this and pass. Plus, Jadeveon Clownley he's had a few character questions, character issues and stuff off the field. So I say leave it alone and let him go find another team that's gonna be interested in him. I think the Eagles should just, like I said, just stay out of this. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Would you want Jadeveon Clownley on the team? I would say for the right price, but right now the price there's no right price, because he's gonna be expensive. He's coming off his rookie contract and he wants to get paid, which I don't blame him. Obviously, coming off your rookie contract, you want to get paid. You want to get whatever you can out there in the market. So I can't say the right price because at the end of the day, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get a hefty contract, and I just think the Eagles should just stay out of that. Let's continue to build our talent on the defensive line the way we've been doing it, drafting players. Next year's draft, of course, and let's just build our young talent that we have on this team, man, and let's go from there. But once again, Eagles are right now being mentioned as a potential trade partner for Houston Texans defensive end Jadeveon Clownley. The Texans franchise tagged him this offseason. He's not reporting to OTAs, may not report to minicamp. He's seeking a big contract extension, and the Eagles trade for him. They pretty much would have to give him a big contract extension right away. I just don't think it's worth it. I just don't think it's worth it at all. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, go Birds. As always, go Birds. If you're new to my channel, hit that like button. Subscribe and tell me what you guys think in the comment section. As always, go Birds. Spunky Nights 91 is out. Peace.